So now I want to show viewing analyzed results with HDDSC viewer. I've got the project file loaded that I scanned did the first analyze on. You can see here everything's good, no bads. So we go over here, and as you can see, it doesn't show any bads, doesn't show anything actually, it doesn't show that it read any data. And that is because the reads are so small that they're being overtaken by the non-tried, because that takes precedence over a smaller read that's not complete. So if we go to highlight good data, you can see over here the pattern where the reads took place. Now, you can scroll all the way down, you can see basically pretty much even reads all the way through, and there are no bads in this case. This disk does not have a lot wrong with it. This is that same drive running the extended analyze results. Now you see that there were 9 bad reads. Over here you can see in the overall scheme where those bad reads were towards the beginning. A little bit of a bad spot there. Over here you can see that the pattern tightened up quite a bit. There were a lot more reads, but here are the ones that are considered non-trimmed, means they were an error, they were a failed read, they weren't good, and then the rest of it is obviously good because you don't see anything over here. So now here's the first run of analyze results from a slow responding drive. You can see there were actually only 8 read attempts because it was taking so long to read. No bads. And if you look over here, you don't really see anything in this panel. That's because there were so few reads, it's kind of hard to spot them. They're there if you really look. So I'm going to change the grid size to so low. You can now see the pattern because there were only 8 reads. I think that's the 8th one right there because there's 7 dots. Apparently the current position is overriding my good data, but there's the pattern for a slow responding drive that had very few reads. Here are the extended analyze results from that same slow responding drive. You can see now there's actually 7 bad spots. You can see them over here in the left panel of the viewer. One there, one way down here, and there's actually a bit of a bad spot in here. You can see it's a little bit more, has a few more bad spots, and here you can see now there's, the pattern's tightened up. There's one more reads, not a lot because there's only been total of 256 reads in the extended analyze. But this gives you an idea of, that there is a bad spot. There are some bad sectors, even along with the slow responding issue. Here are the analyze results from a drive with a weak head. As you can see, 512 total reads. There's 14 bads. If we go to look at the viewer, and I've left it so this is basically an overall view because it only had 512 reads because the reads were kind of slow. Even the averages were kind of high, which indicates that it's having issues all the way through, reading. You can see that the bad spots are kind of scattered through here. Same thing over here. Now we'll look at the extended analyze. So now here are the extended analyze results of this drive with a weak head. You can see now there's 43 bad sectors and all of this. And if we go over here and look, pattern's a lot tighter here. It's kind of a little bit hard to see a whole lot, just the way it is. I'm going to change the grid size back to default. And you can see that this is the read pattern. If we scroll down, we can see there's random bad reads all the way through it. But there's areas like down here where you go quite a ways without seeing a bad spot, and then down towards the bottom it really shows up more over here. You can see there's a random scatter. Looks like it gets a little worse in here. Then there's an area where it looks like it's fairly good, then a little bit of more problem, and kind of good towards the end. The reality is with this drive, when I did recover it, there were very good spots towards the end, like this section here and here. So this can be kind of an overall indication of what to expect when you have a drive like this. It doesn't necessarily show the whole picture, but it can give you a good idea, and looking at it visually with HDDSC viewer can really give you a better idea of what you're looking at.